Good morning students, welcome back to our YouTube channel Online Study from Commonwealth Senior Secondary School, Tonk, Rajasthan in English Class 6, Section B and C. I hope all the students are going through these online classes. And make sure that when you go through these online classes, whatever homeworks you get, please send all the homeworks. Okay students? And do the revision, whatever is taught for your Essay 1. And so today we'll continue with the new unit or relation chapter, that is Brown Wolf. Brown Wolf, Unit 6. Okay? So it's the writer is Jack London. The writer is Jack London, about a brown wolf. So we'll see a small story. So he writes, he is an American author and a journalist who have written this story. And he has explored several regions. That means he has gone to different regions and different parts of the country, and he had taken the culture, he has seen the culture, and all those cultures and the regions are been given here in this story, and writes about the life and the earth, life and the all about the earth he writes, and about all the environment. He writes about the life and the death. His adventure stories is based on the experience at sea in Alaska and the field and the factories of California. And so we'll continue this chapter, Unit 6. I'm going to read, students. When you go through these online classes, please open your book and go through it. Then only you will understand better. It's very essential and very important that you have to open your books and you have to go through it. Otherwise, it is useless. So shall we start? I'm going to read. They call him Wolf. In build and coat, he was a huge timber wolf, but in his color, he advertised himself as a dog. No wolf was ever colored like him. He was brown, deep brown, and red brown, a mixture of brown, and his eyes were pinks, topage, goldens, and brown. Next para number 2. Walt Irwin and the Métis loved the dog very much. Perhaps this was because it had been such a task to win his love. When he arrived at the mountain cottage from there nowhere, he had proved to be a very unsociable. He had resented all their advantage, and he had refused to let them touch him. Nevertheless, he had stayed there as he had tried and famished. But when he had recovered, he simply disappeared. So we have read this first and the second para. So shall we discuss on this what we have read? So here it says that they call him an wolf. They have a wolf, you can see here in the picture. They call him a wolf, but it is an wolf but coated himself, or he built himself as a timber wolf. It is called a timber wolf. Timber wolf, which is the grey-coated wolf, which is found in the Northern America. Northern America it is called timber wolf. And so this wolf had his own color. He had advertised himself as a dog, and no wolf was ever seen in him like him. And so all description is given here. He has a brown eyes and then red, brown, and then he was brown and deep brown, and his eyes were top-edged, gold-edged and bronze. So these were some of the physical appearances of the dog. So Walt and Medgate, they loved this dog very much. Forget this because it had been such a touch to win his love. Because they love him because it had been such a tax. That means it was very difficult tax. It was a very difficult tax to love him. That means the dog. When he arrived at their mountains cottage from nowhere, he had proved to be very unsociable. Unsociable means he did not like anybody, or don't like anybody to meet the people, or he do not want to meet anyone interacting with them. And so he resented in advance. So most of the time he dislikes all his effort to be a friend. He doesn't like to be sociable. He rejects everyone whoever comes. He refused them to touch him also. And then nevertheless he has stayed there. He was tired and thin. He was hungry. He had stayed there as he was tired and famished. That means he was just tired and very hungry. So, but he had recovered. He simply disappeared. And so it happens that when he feels like that, what he does to recover himself or to feed himself, he simply disappeared. That means whenever hunger comes, he feels hunger and then he feels tired, what he does, he disappears from the house. And so we'll see the next. And this would have been the end of him if the world had not spotted him all the railway lines and then brought him back to the cottage. Walt then got a medal, plates made on which was written to Wallace Irving, Jean-Hélène Saumon, California. Attach it to a collar strapped about the dog's neck. So every time he disappeared, he was caught and returned. The remarkable thing about his disappearance was that every time he fled, he went north. Homing his instinct was what Walt thought about it. So here we have seen in the third and the fourth para we have read, and we'll see that most of the time he wanted to go away, because when he felt hungry he went away. He disappeared. So most of the time he was being brought back from the railway lines. And again he was brought to the cottage, that means to the home. Because Walt had made a metal plate and hanger on the neck. And whosoever gets, it's written there, whosoever gets it, please take it back to Walt cottage. So everything, all the address is written on that plead. So again he comes back to the cottage, the dog. And so every time he disappeared, he was being caught and then brought back again. So the remarkable things about his disappearance was that every time he fled and go away, always to the northern side. North part of northern side. Because we have seen that was a timber wolf. And timber wolf means the wolf which live mostly in the northern America. And so that means home instinct. Home instinct means where his natural feelings that takes animals or birds to his original place, taking him to the original place. So that means his original place was towards the north. So that is why he likes to flee always to the north. Understood, students? Okay. Next we go ahead with para number 5. Para number 5. After a fertile year of many flights, he decided to remain at the cottage, but even after that, a long time went before Walt and Maggie succeeded in getting close to him. It was a great victory, for they alone was allowed to touch him. If anyone else tried, they were greeted with an anger growls that would turn into a frightening snare. The snarling was all the sound he made. No one had ever heard him bark even once. Para number 6. As Walt and Maggie walked along the country road one morning with Wolf trailing behind, they heard a crunching of heavy feet. A few minutes later, a man came into a view around the turn of the trails. So here we see the para number 5 and 6. So in this para, we see that after the fertile years, after an unsuccessful year, that means every time they try to make the dog sociable. So at the end of many trials, they could able to made him as sociable. But there is also a things that which makes him to remain there at the cottage. He did not fly again. He did not fly away or went away. He stayed there. After a long time, and Walt and Maggie, they became very close to him, but other people, they cannot touch him. The other people, they cannot touch the dog. If anyone has tried, were being greeted with a very angry growls or very snaring way. That means as if the dog will bite the person. So in that way, the dog treats the other people. And so nobody have heard this dog barking even at once. Once also they have not heard the barking of this dog. And so Walt and Maggie, once what happened, in one morning, Walt and Maggie, they went towards a morning walk. Along with them, they took the dog also. But from the bushes, they heard a crunching of a heavy feet. That means some person, as if some persons were coming, crunching, making a sound, making a crunching sound. And then, after a few minutes, they could see a person in the tribes. In the tribes. That means a path through the countrysides. That means a path through the countrysides. In the roadway. In a lane, we can say, a small path. They could see a person. Next we have para number 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to read, students, please see in your book. One day, what greeted him? The man paused and nodded. I guess I'm not used too much to the warm, he said, having half apologetically. I am more accustomed to zero weather. 10. You do not find any of that in this country, wildlife. So here we see that in para number 7. What greeted him that it is greeted him warm day. That's a warm day, but because when he saw the person, when he saw the another person, he says that it's a warm day because that person had been well worn some of the winter clothes might be. That is why she had thought it like that. You know? The man paused and nodded. So man just he agreed with that. Okay. And then the man, I guess I am not used much to the warm. He said. What is it? He is not so much. He is not much. His experience is not with this, much with the warm. He said, half apologetically. That means making half promises. Yes. Okay. And then I was more accustomed to 0 degree. Then what the person says that I am always. That means I am always having a person with 0 degree weather. That means he have been living in the 0 degrees climates or the weather. You do not find any of that in this country, but he tells that you will not find, might be what's saying that you will not find any of this in this country about this 0 degree, because there is no place in this such a 0 degree weather. And so world started laughing because there was no 0 degree in that country. Next we'll go ahead with para number 11. Should not say, the man answered. I'm not here looking for it either. I am trying to find my sister. Maybe you know where she lives. Her name's Johnson's, Mr. Williams Johnson's. You are not here, Cotley Dicker. Kellon Dicker, brother. Maggie cried, her eyes bright with interest. About whom we have heard so much. Para number 13. Yes, that's me, he answered. My name's Skip Miller. I just thought I did surprise her. And so we see that in para number 11 says that the man answered that should not say. That means should say not. That means you should not say like this. Then he answered that I am not looking here. I am not here looking for it either. But he is looking for it, sister, the person. he is searching for his sister's home. Maybe asking that, maybe you might be knowing where she lives, to Walt and Maggie. And so her name, he tells that, the person tells that her name is William Johnson. You are not yet Conley Digger brothers. That means you are not her Conley Digger's brother. That means asking that Conley Digger is a region in the northwestern Canada where gold was discovered in 1896 and then was exhausted by 1910. But Conley Digger is an inhabitant of Conley region. It's a place name. Conley Digger is a place name from where the person comes. So Maggie that cried that her eyes bright with interest, was having interest now about to know him. And so about whom we have heard so much. Again he says that we have heard so many things about him, about her. Yes, that's me. He tells that, yes, that is me. He answered. And then he tells his name that, my name is Skip Miller. And then I thought that I would make a surprise to her. That means actually the Skip Miller wanted to give a surprise to her sister. Okay, and then we'll continue with para number 14. You are not the right track then. Maggie pointed towards the down. Take the little trail, turn off to the right. It's the shortcut to her house. You cannot miss it. Yes, thank you, ma'am, he said. 16. It was just at this juncture that Wolf had been walking a little away from them, nosing through the bushes, tore it into a view. So we see that here in para number 14. So Maggie he understood that the person whom they met was a Skip Miller. So that Skip Miller had come from a Conley Digger, inhabitant of Conley Digger from the Western Canada, northwestern Canada he comes. And so actually he wanted that is your sister house. And then the Skip Miller saying, thank you ma'am. And he said, and it was just at this gesture means at that same time, with the same time the wolf, or we can say the dog, who had been walking a little away from them. So that dog which they have, because they have walking in early in the morning, taking that dog and then walking. And then they find Skip Miller. So as Skip Miller was supposed to go away. At the same time, the dog was little away from them, nosing through the bushes. Nosing through the bushes means he was taking some smell in the bushes. And so trod into views, walked with quick steps, moving with a very, very quick steps, nosing it, smelling in the bushes, and then stepping with a very fast. And so we see para number 17. Skip Miller says the dog, saw the dog, and looked of a great wonder came into his face. Well, he said slowly. At the sound of his voice, Wolf's ears flattened down, and his mouth opened in a laugh. He trotted up to the strangers and first smelt his hand, then licked them with his tongue. Maggie was amazed. We never saw wolf making up to strangers before. So we see that here. Skip Miller. Now Skip Miller, he saw the dog and was looking of a great wonders into his face. With a great wonder. When we feel wonder when we see something very unexpected things. So that was making his face on wonder. And so well, he said slowly, and then he said slowly, and then he continued. At the sound of his voice, wolf ears flattened down and his mouth opened in a laugh. The wolf ears was flattened down. So the wolf, the dog ear had came down, and then his mouth opened up. He trod to the strangers and first smelt his hand. He came towards Skip Miller and he took a smell to Skip Miller, and then making a lick. Lick means touching with his tongue, reaching his hand with his tongue. And so Maggie was amazed. Maggie was amazed because we never saw wolf make up to strangers before, because they have never seen so pleasant and friendly, because they have never seen this situation before, that to a strangers he comes and he directly comes there to the strangers and taking a leech and then smelling. They have never seen this kind of experience. So it was a great pleasant before a stranger. And so we'll wind up here. So students, whatever homeworks you get, please complete it and send it to the group. Once again, I request all the students to go through these online classes, do your work and send it to the group, English group. Okay? Till then, see you. Have a good day.